Welcome to the Founder Fumbles podcast, where we dig deep into real life startup struggles and comeback strategies. My hope is for entrepreneurs to learn how to bounce back from real entrepreneurs that have real problems. I'm your host, Damari Taplin, and we got my boy Cliff. What's your last name one more time?
Lyons.
Cliff Lyons. That's it, Cliff Lyons. So just so y'all know, I got a couple notes right here to talk about Cliff. Cliff is the CEO of Bully Boy Baking. Got these dope cinnamon rolls. Third Place Consulting. We're going to talk about that later. Husband and father, advocate for food branding, and now he's turning culinary visions into thriving businesses. We got my boy Cliff Lyons. So hey, what's good, bro?
What's going on, man?
That's the hardest part, man. So if I can get through that part, everything else is straight.
It starts flowing up the tongue like velvet after a while, right?
Right. So we met at that investor meeting.
It was
acquisition event. So what you was doing there? Was you trying to sell your business?
I'm honestly
Networking.
to keep it 100. I talked to this. I went through this. Let me see, what was it? But basically, this business support
Community.
It's through the city of Aurora, Colorado. So I went through them, and I was looking to. I'm on a phase now to get funding for a project. So I did all my due diligence, and right now I'm looking for funders for this coffee house project.
Coffee house
project.
So you're trying to open a coffee shop?
Yes, this
coffee
is
house.
A coffee shop, a little bit different than a normal coffee shop.
Right.
But there was a gentleman that I got connected to through them that they knew that was a tech guy.
Yeah.
And I talked to him a couple times, and he invited me there. He wasn't there, but I showed up just to kind of see what it was all about. So
that's a dope event, man. There's a lot of big wigs and like rich people and all that type of stuff in there. I was just out there just trying to get some funds as well. And if I ran into like a buyer for the application, I would have been like totally cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man. So tell me about your Big Boy Consulting.
Third Place Consulting.
Big Boy Baking.
Bully Boy Baking.
Bully Boy Baking.
Bully Boy, like
Bully Boy.
Bully.
Yeah, Bully Boy Baking. Tell me about Bully Boy Baking.
I know that's a weird name, but the reason I chose Bully Boy Baking was, so I had a lot of experience in what I do, and I'm not gonna hold my tongue about this. When you look like me, and which is not surprising in business, you really don't have the
support.
The support you really don't have. People don't take you serious. You get passed up for promotions, all that good stuff, right?
Right.
So over the years, I've gained all this experience in every field of food service, right? And I've noticed that I was always the most poised, most experienced person in the room, and I had people above me that were
not as good as you.
Was not as good. They were not as good as me.
So you look at it like I'm about to bully my way through.
And they tried to bully me. So when I started, it used to be called DJ Doughboy Cinnamon Rolls in the beginning, but I rebranded. For one, come to find out that Pillsbury sued a small bakery in New York because they were dough girl bakery. So I had
anything with dough, like
it's
Doughboy,
Pillsbury Doughboy, anything with that. They don't want it. They own that.
Right.
So I had to rebrand that, and then I came up with Bully Boy Baking because it's a play on. Okay, I'm gonna take their tactics and use that for good, but I'm basically just gonna mop up this industry,
right, and
just control it. To be frank,
you the new bully.
Yeah, basically.
That's dope.
Basically.
So what you baking?
Right now, we do cinnamon rolls. The world's best cinnamon rolls. Only because I know what's in it. It's high quality ingredients. there's a lot of there's a lot of intent and
Hold on, bro. Now that you're saying this, they're the best ones in the world.
yeah,
That's
I believe that.
I looked on your website. Them damn cinnamon rolls is like $60 to $70.
Yeah.
$60 or $70.
Yeah, they're
it's because you truly think they're the best in the world.
I know so. So they're obviously at shipping too. However,
Okay.
if you look at the numbers, you go to Cinnabon, and one of my competitors
Cinnabon's
that I
expensive.
respect,
Yeah.
and they can't match me even a little bit,
Right.
when it comes to like ingredients and stuff like that. So
So-
I'm actually cheaper than them.
Okay, so you cheaper than Cinnabon
Yeah.
and all them? That's what I was just about to ask. Like if you get, I think you get 6 in a box. So if you put 6
you get
Cinnabons,
12.
you get 12 in a box.
You get 2 boxes.
Oh, you get 2 boxes of
Yep,
6. Okay.
yep.
So if Cinnabon was to give me 12 Cinnabons, it'd be cheaper than is it 60 or 70?
It is.
I think it's
What is
between
it
it,
like?
right?
What should be? It's like
It's like 60 something.
50-ish.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's not too bad, but when you understand,
Right.
understand. Like
Right.
people who get it have a really small niche
Yeah.
following, but they can't eat anybody else's cinnamon rolls,
Right.
and that's what you want.
I'm gonna try one of your cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, I should.
man,
I wanted to bring. I sold out yesterday, so I have to actually produce more.
Nice,
So
cool.
other than that, I wanted to bring some here and leave some with you. My apologies.
No, that's cool. My wife would appreciate that.
I'll get you before you.
For sure. So I got a question.
What's
for
up?
everybody watching this video. Could you give us like a discount code, like maybe like 5% off, 10%, or whatever you can do?
Yeah.
You give out discount codes.
I haven't did it in the past, but for you, I do it.
You can get a discount code.
Yeah. I give you 5%. I'm like, they're already discounted.
5%. Okay.
They're already discounted. Let me see. I can do 10%. How about 10%?
Just for
I'll do
everybody.
this for you.
Just for everybody to see
Yep,
this video.
yep,
All
yep.
right, that's a bet. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a bet.
Yep,
So that's
I'll
a
do
bet.
that.
Cool. That's because that was my whole. That's what I
mean,
wanted. I'm
yeah,
like, let me
yeah.
get these users some discounts.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
these people watching discounts.
Yeah.
So what's up with the consultant? Is it it's called Third Place Consulting.
Third Place Consulting.
This is a food consulting because that's your
Yes.
expertise, right? Like,
Yep.
What you doing with that?
So Third Place Consulting is, I like to put attention into names, right? And what I name things. So a third place, and by definition, is a place where, like a barbershop. You go to a barbershop, you get your hair cut, but you kind of kick it a little bit. A third place could be going to church. A third place can be just a place where community gathers, right? So my methods for approaching my clients is with that in mind, more community driven.
So do you have everybody that you do consulting for, they're all like in the community?
Yeah, I try to get them community engagement, because what's happening now in regardless of what industry you're in, we have old methods to engage the public when it comes to, like, back in the day, you turn on the TV, right, especially around Christmas, and you see the toy that is popular, and you're like, I want that toy, because they're putting it on TV is in front of you. But nowadays, that way of engaging with your customers is changing. So I think we're going back to an old school way of engagement where it's like following. Think about social media, and if, let's say, Rihanna says, I had the best clothing line around, you fuck with Rihanna, that is the best way to boost sales. So I try to keep that in mind when it comes, regardless of what you're selling, and try to get you to engage the community and feel comfortable with spending $60-$50 on something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So like, so what I'm thinking about is like, if somebody had, say, who is your like target market?
So my target market is you and I, people who
Black people that cook?
Not really. I want people who just like good stuff. Obviously, Walmart, Cinnabon, whatever these bakeries are out here, like, my community wants good the best you can get. So think Bentley, like.
No, so I'm thinking, I'm asking, like, is it only for, like, people interested in food? Because you say it's me and you because...
Oh, you talking about Third Place Consulting?
Yeah, Third Place Consulting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's basically, if you have a food brand, right? Mm-hmm. And you say you want to... Have you ever thought about, like, doing anything in hospitality before?
I went to school for hospitality management and dietetics.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah, so I took like 4 cooking classes.
Got you.
I got second place in like a chef contest.
Got you.
Like,
what's your strong... what's your favorite thing to produce when it comes to food?
You know, my favorite thing to do is just let my wife cook. Whatever she wants to cook. You know
it's consistent. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Well,
I love, I like cooking, but, my wife likes to be in the kitchen way more than I do. So I just let her be in there as much as she wants. And then if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
You know, I used to be, like early in our relationship, I used to be great at cooking, but now I'm getting worse and worse. Yeah. I can put it together if I get some, if I spend more time in the kitchen, but she in there more than me, if I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yes, I get it. Okay, so what I do with Third Place Consulting, what I do is say you wanted to open up a hamburger joint, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so most folks who might not be chefs, who might not have went to school for anything nutrition, anything culinary, feel like they can open up a brand and just say sell hamburgers. Or I think there's one shout out to California, what they're doing with Marathon Burger and Nipsey's brand. Nipsey, so that's a good example where you get people who aren't necessarily in the food brand, but they open up a brand where they're selling whatever, chicken, burgers, or whatever. So what Third Place Consulting does is we address the unsexy things about selling burgers, right? Everybody thinks recipe, everybody thinks branding, all the nice, sexy things when it comes to opening up your own food brand. But I like to talk logistics. I like to talk food costs. I like to talk scale up or scale down, or where you want to take this. All those little things, those unsexy things, when it comes to percentages, numbers, all those things, I kind of help my clients realize those things are the most important, even though everybody says, oh, we're going to do dope burgers. That's a name. I know. Everybody has a name. Yeah. Like, we need to get past that. And that's why when it comes to the restaurant business, why they consider it the most volatile business out there is because most people don't take the right methods and the right foundational work to get to a point where it lasts, like the OGs, McDonald's, Wendy's.
Yeah, you're right.
All the OGs that are still around, Dave Thomas, Ray Krocs, all those guys, they're systems heavy. So I build systems heavy. I build systems that are heavy and how do I word this? My bad. I don't mean to mess up. I'm gonna get into but I build a heavy system. If you were my client, you will have a system that will be consistent every time and will consistently give you your numbers so you can make money. And then, you can do the sexy things, right? Yeah. But that foundation is solid.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing about like the restaurant business, because I thought about getting into the restaurant business, but the restaurant industry is hard, and I think that like the CEOs, like the real owners, don't like make that much money. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure about it because I never followed through with it, and because I got scared. You know what I mean? Yes. But you got to think about like all the inventory that you use, the inventory you go through. People stealing, and also like portioning the food. Like if you got to know how many squirts you're getting out your mayo bottle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how many times you get 2 squirts of burger?
how much does that squirt cost?
Exactly.
How much is that?
That's what you mean. That's the deep side of like hospitality that I do not want to get into. And that's why I decided to take another route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's what I nerd out on.
Right. So you got like a business partner? You doing this by yourself?
I'm solo right now.
You solo.
So because I have to.
Yeah.
I had people that reached out and wanted to invest. I have people that wanted to reach out and invest.
Yeah.
But even that process is kind of, you got to get the right people. Because it's definitely an energy thing, right?
Right.
If we don't have the right energy, then it's probably not going to work out, right?
Yeah. So what type of what skills do you lack? You know what I mean? Like if you could get like a business partner or a co-founder or something, what's the best way they can help you? Like do all the marketing stuff, collect all of the inventory, the financial side of stuff. Like what you think? What would be that person? What's your weakest skill and what kind of person would you need? You know what I mean?
So that part, sometimes when you start something and you start with your weaknesses, right? So if marketing is your weakness, right? But your strength is just say recipe development or whatever. When you're starting a brand, you might not have a homeboy that sees eye to eye with you, right?
Yeah.
So your weaknesses, in a weird way, become strengths when you don't have anybody around you to help you build what you need to build.
No, I feel you. I'm just saying, like, if you could, if
anything I can work on,
who would be the perfect partner for you? Like, what if you found somebody who just completely took over the marketing side of stuff?
Yeah.
And you could just focus on like
somebody with dough,
somebody with money,
somebody with dough, and somebody with vision.
So when you say somebody with dough, you mean money?
Yes. If you got the money to invest.
Okay. So you need like investor and maybe operational side.
My bad.
Stuff.
The dough part.
No, you good. Somebody with dough. Somebody with some cake.
Yeah.
Sure. No, I know what you mean. No, I was just asking because I got a whole mobile application, yo.
Yeah.
It's called Ziga,
Yeah.
You can go in there and you can start looking. You can post a voice note, let everybody know what you're looking for in a partner. Create a profile on there, and you can just browse through the entrepreneurs in your area and all of that good stuff. So if you are looking, for a partner, I highly recommend you hop on there. You can maybe find somebody in the area. You search for it in a different state, whatever you're looking for. You should definitely check that out.
Will do.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I already asked, what skills do you lack? Have you ever felt like giving up with your business and stuff?
Every morning. Yeah,
Like,
I hate to, let me pause on that. So if you don't feel like sometimes like you just want to give up, then you need to get to the point where you feel like you want to give up.
Yeah.
Because you're not challenging yourself enough and you're not putting enough effort out there, because
if it's easy, then you're doing something wrong. Because real entrepreneurs want to die.
Yes.
not want to die, but you know what I mean.
No,
they like, I just want this shit to be
it's
over.
Mental.
Yo.
It's a lot of mental,
and it's hard to keep going.
Yes,
it's hard to keep going.
But you go out to deep. It's kind of like this. You swim out in the middle of Atlantic Ocean, right? It's gonna take energy for you to swim out in the middle of Atlantic Ocean. But when you're in the middle of Atlantic Ocean, your land to your goal is that way, and going turn around is that way. They're the same distance. What direction are you gonna take?
Yo, you just made me think about a time when I almost died in Australia. Yo,
oh, for real?
On Christmas. I almost died in Christmas in Australia.
What happened?
Like I was in this. We went. Me and all my mates, my Australian mates.
Yeah.
We went to this big lake, and they took the floaty way to the middle. And I'm like, yeah, I can swim, woody woo woo. So I swam all the way out to the middle of the lake to go chill on a floaty. As soon as I got on the floaty, everybody started sinking. Everybody, like the floaty started sinking. I think I was getting on it wrong, and I didn't want to mess it up for everybody. So I decided to turn around and start swimming back. And I had just swam so far, I didn't realize that like I'm about to run out of breath. You know what I mean? So I actually started swimming all the way. It's like I got so close to the deck, and actually I drowned for like 2 seconds.
For real?
For like 2 seconds I drowned. And then I went down and I was like, no, I'm not about to die. And I just was like, wow.
I'm glad you decided to do that. I just
reached and I got up to the top and like I got up and nobody was worried, yo. No, everybody was just sitting there playing. Nobody said you're okay.
You're like,
nothing.
You know what?
I just got up and I just had to just keep moving on my day. That's crazy. You made me think about that. I almost forgot about that story.
Yeah. Was it fresh water? Was it like a freshwater lake?
Yeah, it was fresh water. It wasn't salt water. None of that.
Yeah,
It's crazy, but
that's-
and I'm not even gonna say that, but it could have been. It was crocodile signs there, but it was no in that area. It was no sights of crocodiles in years.
Yeah.
But it is Australia. They got crocodiles.
Yeah, they
and
got
shit,
a lot
you know.
of everything.
So you gotta be careful about that stuff. But yeah, anyway, so you told me about your lowest moment just now. You know what I mean?
My lowest moment actually was.
You felt like giving up.
Yeah.
You told me you felt like giving up.
It's giving up is. I mean,
So what was your lowest moment? You know, as an entrepreneur and running this whole the consulting and the food thing.
probably when I lost my father, which back a couple months ago, back in February,
How
a
did
month
that-
before my birthday.
How did it affect your business, or did it just affect you mentally so hard?
It didn't really affect my business much, other than it was hard for me to lock in. Before he left, I was before he died, I was on this. I was popping, I was flowing, right?
Right.
And then when he died, it became his business and my business that needed to be handled, because I didn't have a lot of support at the time. So, but it had to get done.
Yeah.
So I would say that was my lowest point, but my biggest learning. I learned so much
Yeah.
in a short period of time
Yeah.
during that experience that I wouldn't even take it away. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
really good. So low points actually are high points when it comes to the mental development.
100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kept you going during that lowest point? Like,
I'm in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
right.
Already in the middle. As a matter of fact, I'm not in the middle anymore. I'm further past the middle towards my goal. You get yourself at a point where there's no turning back. You know?
Yeah, it was that's you was just like, I'm too far. I done spent too much money.
Yeah.
In it. I've been too far. Like, if I give up now, then what I'm gonna do?
I might as well die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get to that point where it's like, do I want to keep living? And yes.
Yeah.
So there's no quit.
Do you believe in like the law of attraction?
Yeah.
You believe in law of attraction? So do you have like I ask this question to everybody.
No, it's all good.
Do you believe in law of attraction, and do you have like any like daily routines that you do?
Absolutely.
What's your daily routines?
My daily routine. So I start the morning with a cup of coffee and checking in on. I usually check in on like what's going on in sports, just because I love the business of sports. My favorite part of the year is off season and like NBA. I don't follow a lot of the. Even though I like football, I don't follow a lot of the business of football.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to go into that.
Yeah, me too.
But I follow like a lot of the business in baseball. Like I kind of like just to check my teams out and have coffee, just for a little bit in the morning, and then I have a routine where I get the body moving, whatever, lifting weights, usually some sort of kettlebell things, and then I water my plants on the patio. I got like a little garden where I water my plants, and then I meditate for at least 20 minutes. So that's every day before I even get started, for the most part. If I get started without doing that, I feel like I'm off. Right. And I try not. I do have days where I kind of didn't get a chance to do it, and it just throws me off. So, and then last but not least, the most important, I make sure I have my 420 break after I have my coffee. So
that's why you smile when you say coffee.
Yeah. The patio, I'll make sure I got my a sativa, and I'm usually having a J while I'm watering my plants on the patio. So that's
there you go.
That's pretty much it.
You put your mind at peace before you start all of that stuff.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, I just try to find my,
Yeah, get in that right flow.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. I knew you was smiling.
Yeah.
What are your daily routine? But how does that, put your mind at peace? Like, how does that affect your business? You know what I mean? Like, is it just make sure you have a good day, or is it just what does that do for you?
So, like, let's say, so it depends on the schedule. My routine is about the same. There's sometimes I might work out at home. Sometimes I might go to the gym. But even the days I go to the gym, like if it's say I'm on an elliptical machine for like 30 minutes, my ideas start flowing like a fire hose went off, right? And I noticed that connection where my ideas flow when I'm doing my routines. So
after your whole routine, you get on that elliptical, then boom, all that stuff.
This ideas come, and you use Trello boards. So I use this app called Trello, where it's kind of like it's like a category. I might have one that's third place consulting. I might have one that's Bully Boy Baking.
Oh yeah.
And then I have them broke down into different subcategories. Yeah. So if I have an idea category, so I go on my phone, write the idea down. It's here. I can just keep on moving on and come back to it later.
That's solid.
This
is exactly what Founder Fumbles is about. You giving that type of information to people that might have the same problem as you. You know, you asked me that earlier. I was just like, you'll see. No, that's dope, man. So so get your mind right, and you know, that's fire. Like I like that. I can see how that keeps you, you know, going and sharp and all of that stuff. You know? Is there like a person that you would say keeps you going too? Like, I don't know if you got any.
My partner, Asia, she
that's your wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's you know, I'm gonna give her credit, Dr. Asia. That's who she is on IG. You can look her up. But she's her mission is to support Black teachers who. A lot of us don't know that racial battle fatigue and she focuses on racial battle fatigue with Black teachers in public education, like supporting their mental. So so she's my partner, and I don't call her my wife because I don't like we work out of like, I don't own her, she doesn't own me. We're two entities in the same space doing dope shit. She's a boss, I'm a boss. It's like she's more of a partner. But she keeps me razor sharp because that's who she is. Like, you know, I try to take my ego out of it. I've done all my work. I've constantly do my work when it comes to what you know, what male ego is,
right? The
whole idea behind toxic masculinity, and you know, I've been trained very well by my the men before me how to not live sometimes. So I kind of tried to reverse. I'm constantly work to reverse engineering my thinking when it comes to what a partner is and stuff like that. So she keeps me accountable, like. She might come in the room like, what the fuck? You can do better than this. And I can't get in my feelings. I'm like, you absolutely right. I can do better than this. So I had to give her the credit for that.
That's fire, bro. Yeah, that's fire. You know, my wife keep me going too, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, man.
I mean, if we just, a lot of this word simp, like a lot of people don't understand that all they want, they just want you to be great. Women are more communal than men. And if we're in their circle, they want their circles to be strong and great. So they're just, if they coming sideways a lot of times, you got to really think about, okay, are they really sideways or is a lot of truth behind it? So
it's even deeper than it might come off to be sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sure. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Right.
But I make mistakes all the time. But
all the time,
yes,
and I'll probably keep making them damn mistakes.
I
tell her that all the time. Like, these mistakes ain't gonna stop.
Yes, it's when you keep making the same mistake like 1,000 times. You might have to like have a come to Jesus moment.
Right. When you're not trying to get better, then you might get cussed out.
Yeah.
You know, then you might actually try to fix it. You know what I mean? After getting cussed out.
Yes.
Before the next problem.
Yes.
Before the next mistake.
Absolutely.
So if everything went right with your business, you know, everything was perfect in business, in life, what would that look like?
A failed business.
A failed business?
Yep. Because we don't know what everything looks like. We don't know what everything going right looks like. A lot of times our failures are actually success stories. So if I'm coming into this game fresh with a concept, right? And I'm like, okay, I want to, let's go back to the hamburger example. I want to open up this hamburger joint. Okay. I start out with $250,000. I find a perfect building. I find the perfect recipe. As soon as I open my doors, I sell out every day. That is not really realistic, I guess. But then my brain will want that to happen, right? But I'm not learning anything between, right? So I can't believe I'm saying this, but sometimes you need that edginess to kind of.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like The Alchemist. You need something bad to happen so that you can move over to the next step.
What is bad?
Yeah, well,
what is
not
good?
Something bad.
Yeah,
you need another experience to happen.
Yeah,
that you need one more step to go over.
Yes.
Like if you can keep going here and then you reach here. But you're trying to get here. But if you comfortable here, you need something like these good steps. These the bad steps down here.
Yeah,
you need another bad step because if you get all the way to here, then what you just gonna stop and just live life? Nothing else happen.
And that's your question. It actually, I think about that a lot. Right? What is good? What is bad? What do I want versus what needs to happen? Right? They're two different things 90% of the time. Right? So. Like for example, I'm working on a client right now with a total rebranding of their food service program. Right, there were other folks that I approached that we were working together over. I spent some time with them, and it didn't go through. Right, it would in my head. It was like the first time I. Interact with a potential client, it will have to be okay. It works out, and then we work together, and then we build good things, right? That'd be perfect, but it didn't go out like that. But those two clients that I thought I was gonna get and didn't get just helped me find a real client
exactly
that is. And I'm not busy. I'm not tied up with their brands that I can have the time to get this brand together, right? And I have a little bit more. The brand I'm working on right now is a bigger passion project for me,
right?
And I can make more of an impact. So I had to be free for that. So I had to have that bad stuff, quote unquote, happen, which was actually good stuff. Looking back a couple years later, 6 months later, a week later. So that's kind of what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you need another big challenge. Something to happen so that you can get even to the next step. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so do you have like anything new, anything coming out, anything special that everybody should know about and stuff like that you want to share?
I do have some cool stuff.
New products? What about your shirt? I see you got a Cinnabon.
Yeah. I have so if you go to bullyboybaking.com, we have merch that is connected to the cinnamon roll brand, but I kind of wanted the merch to make you want to wear it, right? Like
because that's a dope shirt.
Yeah, and that's what I was going for. Like, so I have a couple T-shirts, hoodies, things like that. If you go to the website, and I'm big on quality, so they're really good quality T-shirts and stuff.
So can we get a discount code for the shirts too?
Yeah, same discount code.
That's a bet. We're gonna figure out that discount thing.
Yeah.
So let everybody know, like where they can find you at and stuff. We got stuff like that. We got the camera right there. So just where can we find it? Let's leave the socials. I don't know if you want to contact you through email. Whatever, LinkedIn.
At this point,
Instagram.
You can get. So if you're in the Denver area, you can get the cinnamon rolls at a couple spots, right? Arvanti Food Hall. There's a brand called the Pizza Bandits. They do a brunch there. If you're in the Denver area, I don't know if you heard of the Arvanti Food Hall. It's like a bunch of restaurants in one building, and it's a couple bars or whatever. The Pizza Bandits. They have a really cool pizza brand there. And they sell Bully Boy Baking cinnamon rolls there. at that location.
That's dope. You gotta tell me that. So
Yeah.
I can grab one.
Yep, Quint's Coffee Shop. So
Quint's Coffee Shop.
there's a BIPOC owned, there's a black owned coffee shop here in Denver off of Colfax, and Quint's, and really owned by
Colfax
two.
and Quint's?
Yes.
Okay.
Owned by two black women who are actually teachers. You can get the cinnamon rolls there all the time. They actually had this.
Is it close to here? Because we offer Colfax.
Yeah, so if you go back towards Aurora, so that was at east. No, you go east. Maybe from here, not too long, maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
Right where you get the Quince, make a right turn.
We're gonna go try out some.
Yeah, I just delivered to them yesterday.
What about your social media?
So I was at Kingsburg, Colorado. There's a store called Roots Local Goods. I kind of want to shout out my day ones.
Yeah, we're gonna put all that.
Okay, all right. So Quint's Coffee Shop, actually.
Yeah.
Not Quint's. Roots Local Goods in Kingsburg, Colorado, which is about 30 minutes outside of Denver.
Okay.
They have it there too.
Nice.
So,
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you for those links so I can put them in the description too. What about Instagram, LinkedIn?
So Instagram is Bully Boy Baking, at Bully Boy Baking.
Okay.
Also, I have a couple different formats. I have a podcast where I just
What's the name of your podcast?
It's called the Kitchen Bully Podcast.
The Kitchen Bully. So Bully is the brand.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Kitchen Bully podcast.
Bully Podcast.
We're gonna put that in the description.
Yep.
And we got your Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yes, LinkedIn. I don't really monetize that much. I'm looking for a social media guy who I can partner with. So
that's what you need. You need a social media person.
I've done it because I had to,
right?
And I had to learn how to do this stuff.
But you don't want
I need to take this hat off right now,
for sure.
So I can focus on building these brands.
So that's it. So we got your the 3 locations.
Yep.
Yeah. Instagram, LinkedIn. You didn't say where they can find you on LinkedIn though.
Oh, Cliff Lyons.
Cliff Lyons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bradford Lyons. You'll see me.
So they can reach.
I don't really. LinkedIn is. I need to be better at my LinkedIn.
So if somebody wanted to contact you, what do you want?
Just
email?
Hit me up. DM me on IG.
Instagram.
Yep.
Okay.
Bully Boy Baking.
Bully Boy Baking.
DJ Doughboy 79.
Okay.
It's my personal.
All right.
They're all connected. You should be able to find me.
That's
Cliff at thirdplaceconsulting.com.
Nice.
I don't want, I give all kinds of information. I'm easy to find. The streets.
For sure. The streets. But I appreciate you, bro. That was dope, for sure. So I think we're done now. So I just want to thank everybody for watching this episode. I think this is episode 9. Yeah, episode 9. We have my boy Cliff Lyons. If you were inspired by this, please go check out, go reach out to him. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, all that good stuff. That really helps me. So that's, if you want to help me without throwing me any cash or anything, you can do that. Just leave me a comment, go like it and all that stuff.
Throw us some cash.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's just be straight up.
Yeah.
And nothing moves without the money moving.
Hey,
let's be honest.
And you also can comment too. Comment if all those adds up, it equals cash at the end of the day. So anyway, I'll see y'all at the next episode of Founder Fumbles, and it was very nice to see you again. Peace.